Has there been much chat coming in on Insight Timer or YouTube? Because I may want to take a moment this morning and actually interact a little bit more than we had. Oh, okay. Well, happy summer solstice. Happy solstice. How are you, my friends? It's so nice to see you all. I see you all everywhere in front of me. Here we are. It's the day. It has happened. We are sitting at the peak of solar light in the Northern Hemisphere. The longest day of the year. And what a beautiful time to come together. I'm so excited to be here with you today. We're coming at you live, broadcasting on Insight Timer, on YouTube, on our Circle community, and then also via Zoom, which is so exciting. So we're a little bit of everywhere right now. Valerie on Insight Timer, yay! So happy to be part of Becoming the Light. And hello from Miami, Florida. Hello to you, Valerie. Nice to see you. Hey, Gail. Brightest solstice blessings to you as well, joining us from the west coast of the United States. Shirley, good morning. Here's wishing you a blessed summer solstice today. May the new energy take you where you want to go. What a beautiful blessing. I receive that, and I think our whole community does as well. You know, I feel very humbled and blessed, truly, to be able to sit in this space with you, with such a diverse group of souls. The light that you share is so magnificent. And how you support each other too, I think is just really, really lovely. Sandy says, on the breezy beach on Cape Cod, grateful for your magic this whole weekend. It's a beautiful day. Yes, it is, Sandy. You are right. Hey, Diana. Good to see you on both platforms. I see you on both Zoom as well as on Insight Timer. So if this is your first time here, welcome. I'm Charlene. In front of you are 21 chromatically tuned quartz crystal singing bowls. When I say chromatic, I just mean all of the notes on a piano keyboard, all of the white keys and all of the black keys as well. You hear these incremental steps working all the way up into that octave. But we also have some really lovely upper notes and lower notes behind us as well to really, oh, this is going to be an interesting day, to really round out the sound. This is not a traditional sound healing session, anything but. This is an active opportunity to engage your deepest wisdom, to activate and awaken feelings and vibrations deep within you that are ready to present you with new information. So yes, there will be times when it's very relaxing and very peaceful. And yes, there will be times when you will begin to feel things stir. And I invite you, witness that. Actively look into that. That's just your own information coming up. Something that you are ready to have a deeper understanding of. And the sound is inviting us into those places. We work a lot with archetypes, the story of it all, and of course, that pure vibrational tone, which is why we work with these beautiful quartz bowls that are tuned to 432 hertz. 432 hertz simply means that this note, A, vibrates at 432 cycles per second. Really, really fast. And all of the other notes around it are mathematically based on this 432 hertz tuning, which is why they sound so lovely and beautiful. They also sound very affecting to our body because they are made out of quartz crystal. You know that quartz has a piezoelectric effect, the piezoelectric property. And that effect is that any time a quartz is struck, or in our case, rimmed, it actually begins to generate electricity. It's what powers aspects of your phone, your television, the things in space. Your laptops, back in the day, a gentleman's pocket watch. Well, actually still, watches today, quartz watches. It generates enough electricity that's actually measurable in voltage. And some of the voltage that we have measured in the lab coming off of these bowls is surprisingly significant. And that's why when you are in the space with the bowls, sometimes your hair will stand on end because you're being affected by the electricity. And you're an electrical being. So it's all in many ways interconnected, and we respond through resonance to these different vibrations and electrical signals that are being put out. And it doesn't matter if you are physically in the space or if you are witnessing the space. The effect is the same in its own unique way. I'm a stickler for making sure I say things very correctly, so without having to go into deep science, just, yes, the effect is generally the same. Lisa, hello in Fort Myers. Kara, Melissa, happy solstice to you as well. Marie Ann, nice to see you all. Very, very glad to be here. So because we are experiencing this session today in a slightly different format, because we have the Zoom portion as well, let me explain kind of what to expect for today. So on Insight Timer, you guys are accustomed to, we have an hour, we do a guided meditation, we have a little chat, a little talk at the beginning and at the end, and there we go. Well, y'all, this is even more exciting. So we'll start today going through opening ourselves up and into a guided meditation in the first half. The second half is going to be devoted to one-on-one sessions with those in our Zoom community, and we're going to begin to listen. I'm not quite sure what we'll be listening to today yet. I haven't heard. I haven't been instructed. Haven't received what that's going to be, but by the end we will know. But it's an opportunity for me to tune in and to listen to vibrations and frequencies that are going on in your space, and then to share them with you via the bowls. So friends on Insight Timer and on YouTube, if you would like to be a part of that. Hi Allison, I see you on YouTube as well, joining us from Denver. And Anna, hello, nice to see you. New Jersey. Love it, I love it, I love it. I love how Allison says, I feel a vacuum of energetic clearing aided by a significant Peru journey. Very cool. So if you'd like to be a part of this Zoom session, I'd love to send you the link. Just go to charlene.com/solstice. Charlene, my first name, .com/solstice. And you can send us your email and we can send you that link immediately. You'll have that so you can jump over. Hello, Daphne. How are you? Joining us in Germany. Happy solstice to you as well. So, because of this new format, because we are appearing on Zoom with this additional one-on-one interactions, the powers of light that be would like for me to share with you just a little bit of a disclaimer so everyone's on the same page, because information is power, right? So this is an open group session. It is being recorded. Y'all know that. And anything that you say, show, share here during this time may be seen and heard by everyone present, as well as will appear in the recording. So please only share what you're comfortable having others hear or see. There's no expectation of privacy or confidentiality in this space. Now, I, Charleene, offer spiritual, energy, musical, and wellness guidance. It's not medical, psychological, therapeutic, certainly not financial or legal advice. And it's not a substitute for care from a licensed professional. Participation, y'all, is totally voluntary, completely voluntary. You can pause, stay quiet, or even slip out at any time. By staying in the session and taking part, you agree to these terms and consent to being recorded. If it's not right for you, totally fine. That is okay. You are welcome to participate as a silent observer and step away. So there you go. There you have it. Again, if you'd like to be able to join us on Zoom, if you don't have that link yet, just pop over to my website, charleene.com/solstice, or even just scroll down a little bit on the homepage and you will see a link to this solstice event. Send us your email and we will send you that link so that you can join us today. And we will be on for 2 hours today, so we will be here until 2 p.m. And for all of the fathers and father figures in the room, happy Father's Day. We honor you, we acknowledge you. We also honor and acknowledge all of the father figures that we all have been fortunate to have in our lives, whether they are present or not, for they, in many ways, have influenced who we have become. A beautiful day to celebrate the masculine energy when the sun is at its peak. Speaking of, at the crown of the year, the sun rises higher than any other day, higher and higher until it reaches the very top of its arc. And there, at the roof of the sky, it slows and it seems to stop. For a few days, the sun lingers there, holds there, barely moving, pouring down more light, more heat, more radiance than any other time of the year. And you don't need to look up to feel it, that's for sure. The body already knows this fullness. It knows when the light has reached its height. And at the top of the turning, what I love about this time is that you can begin to feel something in you loosen. All of those thick walls that we've grown throughout the year, they somehow seem to thin. That ceiling begins to lift and thin. And for a while, what seemed fixed, how things always are, suddenly opens, and things become possible. So today is not about reaching for more light. Today is actually about becoming the light that is already in you. Now, in ancient days, along the Nile, there were people who felt this exact possibility, this potential, and they wanted to hold it, to capture it, even long after the sun continued to descend and continue on its cycle. So to transfer this essence into a physical structure, they had their artists and engineers fuse this vitality, this presence, to channel it of sorts, into carved stone. But it was not just any stone. They raised an obelisk, a tall, slender pillar, narrow, four-sided, delicately carved from a single block of Aswan red granite stone, which is in the same mineral family as these quartz crystal singing bowls. And these peoples planted the obelisk into the earth and watched it rise towards the heavens. And they understood it not as a structure or just a monument, but as an actual ray of the sun itself made solid, a beam of light standing erect. And at the very top, they set a small capstone, a point, and they sheathed it in gold. So at the height of the day, the apex caught fire with sunlight, that very first to catch the dawn and the last to surrender it to the dusk. And they had a name for that golden point. That point was a bin-bin. Bin-bin, a word that simply meant to shine, to radiate. And these people told a story to their children about how this was the shape that the first land ever to rise out of the dark waters at the beginning of the world, the one ground that the first light touched and never left. And for a brief, radiant age, these same people drew the sun as no one had before. They drew it as a disk of light overhead, and from it, long rays reaching down, each ray ending in a small open hand. Light that reaches, light with palms, coming down to face and cup the faces of the living. I love that story. And it didn't end at the Nile shores. Almost every people who ever loved the light gave it a face and a name that they could call to. You've probably heard a child of the sun, light of the world, a bright one walking among us. Different tongues, different faces, and underneath it all the same quiet certainty that the light is not only overhead, it is so much more. And the wise ones who turned the search inward found that very sun, that same light, waiting there inside. So in sacred spaces across centuries, they passed the same idea along, that behind the sun in the sky burns an inner sun, and a spark of it sits deep within the human heart. The sun in your heart, in yours, in mine. That the whole of the life, our entire spiritual journey, comes down to one idea. One opportunity, one task, to lift away whatever has settled over that inner spark, layer by layer, until we shine clearly and radiantly again. Our map to inner awakening names this journey in 3 words. We started obscurity, the light still burning, only veiled, dimmed, hard to see, under a bushel. Then it turns into idealism. Obscurity shifts into idealism, and that is when that moment of the inner eye opens and you catch sight of the radiant being that you have been all along. Wow, the ideal version of me. And at the far shore, just opposite of that, this beautiful gift that blossoms, we would simply call it light. Not the light the eyes can catch, but the light that you are once nothing is left to cover it. Obscurity leads to idealism, leads to light. And that's our journey today in those 3 steps. Now, why do I share those stories with you? Well, truly, it's because ancient wisdom inevitably gives rise to modern science and understanding. Science has to figure out what to answer, so they go back to something that they haven't been able to explain yet. So, with fine-tuned high-tech cameras built to catch a single grain of light in total darkness, researchers in labs across the world have confirmed that your body gives off light. You are truly a being of light. It's not just a beautiful metaphor, it actually is a fundamental physical truth. There is a faint, steady current of photons that stream off of your skin, even right now, in this very moment. Often it's far too dim for most eyes to see, and yet it's real enough to measure, to photograph, and even to count. Scientists call this light biophotons, and every cell in your body is made up of these biophotons. But here's what I love. Research from within actually the past year has shown that this glow, this light that you're emitting, is actually the signature of being alive. The amount of light that you radiate rises and falls with your vitality, and we have pictures to corroborate what the ancients have always known. And that the more alive a living creature is, the brighter this light burns. Your luminous glow is simply what life looks like to an eye that can see in the dark. So the more alive you are, the brighter your light. The question becomes is how alive are we every moment of every day? Because you're not a body that happens to carry a little light. Something else science is saying, oh, yeah, let me confirm this. You are a living, breathing light wearing a body. And perhaps even more profound still, deep in the architecture of you, the slender scaffolding inside your own cells, there's growing evidence that this light may not simply scatter and slip away at random, kind of like what you would expect it to do. Scientists actually think that your light may gather, it may organize. Millions of faint sources flaring together in rhythm as one, a single unified light where you'd otherwise expect only scattered sparks. So think of it like this. Picture a stadium of strangers who, with no conductor, with no signal, with no cue, all begin to sing the very same note at the exact same time on the very same breath. Organized, coherent, purposeful. Now, the science in this here is still burgeoning, it's still young, and it's far from settled, but the question is that it harkens is, what if that light inside of you is not noise, but actually harmony, music, one clear chord sounded by the whole of you at once? You are light, singing, radiating, beautiful, coming together within yourself, self-organizing, coming together in community like we are right now, with other beings of light, under the height of the light of the sun, breathing, living, rising, being. You, with an inner sun that has only ever waited to be uncovered. So today, let's begin to revisit the ideas of those ancient people who lived on the Nile and raise that inner obelisk and let our own essence catch fire. And now every real journey benefits from a map, or at least a way back. And the surest road home that the body knows is actually not a word or a thought, it's a shape. What? These are very familiar shapes that we naturally take. So what if we created a shape that's actually much more purposeful in helping us to return to this illuminated moment? So try this. We are going to activate a mudra. A mudra is a seal that means that we are beginning to lock into deeper information in our body. And let me actually share with you, even before we get into the mudra, what that actually means. So a mudra itself has the ability for us to create an anchor that neurologically we return to at any time of day. It also has an opportunity to connect into greater wisdom points that we have access to. So the held shape of the hands, this mudra, is not only a seal, but it's actually a real mechanism. And it's interesting because of all of the territory that your brain gives or connects or shares to different parts of your body. The hand claims the largest share of real estate. Each finger actually has its own separate address, you could say, in that brain neuronal map. So a particular arrangement of your fingers, it's not just a random vague gesture. It's actually a precise, distinct pattern that lights up an oversized portion of your brain. And when that gets activated, anytime you remake that shape, your brain can recognize and reproduce that same signal, that same flow flow of information at the exact same time. So pair that signal, done often enough, with an inner state, and the brain links the two. So that's how you can go back to this position, this feeling, anytime, anywhere. That's why we shape our hands when we work with sound. The vibration of the sound gives our body something to soothe and relax into, so that the anchor, the mudra, becomes even more profound. So let's actually learn the mudra for today. It's called the mudra of light. It's a little bit intricate, so take a deep breath in and relax, okay, because it is a little bit more intricate, but it's once you get it, you'll get it, and it'll feel really, really good. So follow the image on your screen. Either Jeremy's going to go back and forth between this image and me. Do you have it, babe? Perfect. I'm giving you the Vulcan hand grip of light. So ultimately, this is where we're headed. Don't stress. Let me show you how to get there. All right, come back to me, because what we're going to do is that what I like to do is I like to think about having these first two fingers, just marry them together. Okay, and then the rest of the hand just kind of gently opens. So we're going to interlace our hands together, sort of with this sort of shape. So I'm just going to interlace the pinkies and the ring fingers. Great, so you got that. So the pinkies and the ring fingers begin to just kind of interlace. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring together the index and the middle fingers of each hand, and then I will tuck the right middle and index fingers under the left middle, or under the left middle and index fingers as well, sort of like a prayer hand position. My thumbs are still kind of hanging out. We haven't gotten there yet. So that's where we are. Then I'll just allow the thumbs to sit on top, just like that, so that they stay facing upwards, joining together, just lightly sitting on top of the fingers. Here's the image too, if that becomes easier for you to see. So you can see how the pinkies and the ring fingers have been interlaced, and then the index and middle fingers are laid together, adhered together of sorts, and then the left lays over the right, and then the thumbs just rest on top. Yeah. And just begin to breathe into that. Good. You're going to let that whole shape come to rest, either in the center of your chest, if that feels good, or if you'd like to keep it lower near your belly, or if you'd like to rest it in your lap, wherever it feels most aligned to you. There's a couple of you that are still struggling with that, so let me do this. Let me do this one more time. So just shake your hands out if you're struggling. No worries. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. There's our fingers. We're just going to bring across the pinky and the ring. Good. I'm going to seal the first and middle fingers on both hands together. There we go. And then I'm going to allow the right fingers of the index and the middle finger to lay under the left index and middle finger. Just allow my hands to soften into a closed, open fist of sorts, and then the thumbs lay gently on top. And you can hold this session, this mudra, for the entire session, because you may begin to notice that it is already beginning to work in your system. I encourage you to keep your knees, a slight bend in your knees. It'll help as you are moving through some of this information. Now you can keep it held, or you can actually let it go and just reactivate it when I invite you to remake it. And don't stress, I'll remind you how to do it, so don't stress about that. And also, if you've brought an oil, if you have a little bit of an essential oil, olive oil, coconut oil, doesn't matter. You don't even have to have oil. But if you have that, go ahead and set it within reach. We're going to use that oil at a couple of moments along the way. We're just going to touch the crown of the head and at the center of the chest, just two small anointings, the way light has been welcomed into the body for probably as long as there's been ceremonies. Now, I would gently suggest that you choose an oil that's kind to your skin and just use the smallest amount. A single drop is plenty. Make sure you keep clear of your eyes. It's one of the reasons we're not going to anoint here, because some oils like to travel. And if you put peppermint right here, you could be in for a great awakening. That's why we just touch the crown and the heart. And if you have no oil today, or if you would prefer not to use that, if you have a really great cough going on, you don't want it to mess up, totally fine. You can actually just use 2 fingertips, and the warmth that you can imagine, and then actually begin to feel beneath them will do the very similar type of work. The gesture can help you carry it. The oil creates an additional sensory experience. So let's go ahead and begin. Just begin to find a comfortable position, either seated or lying down. Easily to the center of your chest, allowing yourself to settle now more deeply into this space, already beginning to feel what's happening in your energy space and around your body, in your body, beginning to notice areas of tension, areas of flow and ease. Just notice it all as much as you are able or longing to see in this moment. Now to float to the center of your chest, near the area of your heart. And if it feels good, rest a palm there, a palm flat over the breastbone, and just feel the warmth that is already under your hand. There's already so much heat in this space, in this day. Just take one slow breath all the way down to the floor of you and let it go. And simply witness how the breath is breathing itself today. Is it open, soft, fluid, rapid, hard, cool, or warm? Just witness. There's nothing to do, nothing to change, only observe. Feeling all of the systems begin to come online. As you breathe, begin to feel your breath lengthen to even out. And it becomes easy to begin to feel the breath breathing through your heart. Breathing in through the heart, breathing out. Allowing that long, even, perfect time and rhythm for you flow in through the heart and out through the heart. Stay with that long, even rhythm a few rounds on your own, feeling the heart settling in to a smooth and steady wave. Good. And into the warmth beneath your hand. Still connected to your heart. Invite one true, so positive, uplifting feeling. The easiest feelings like this to access are gratitude, appreciation, love, or care. Feel how real this feeling is within you. You may bring to mind a face that softens your heart, a moment that was perfect, the tickle of a whisker or a furry paw, the weight of someone's hand in yours. Let the feeling arrive. Let it spread, warm and slow, spreading out from the center of the chest, moving out with every breath. With every inhalation, it grows. With every exhalation, it goes. It goes out all around you. The breath, the heart, the feeling moving now together, one current. And it's easy to rest here in the steady glow of that sacred heart and feel the whole of you gather and quiet, coming into tune. Now, in your mind's eye, think, imagine, or feel yourself beginning to come into greater inner alignment, to ground, to anchor more deeply in your physical body in this time, space, place. If you have a grounding practice, I invite you to begin that now. If not, think, imagine, or feel a golden cord of lustrous braided light that originates at the base of your spine and descends all the way through the floor beneath you. It's as wide as your hips, and it moves effortlessly through the surface below you, down deep into the earth. Watch as it descends into the cool, dark earth itself until it reaches a depth that's perfect for you in this moment, that feels settling and secure and true. And there, that golden cord begins to take hold. It wraps, it anchors, it roots. Let it grow as wide and as strong as you like. And as you breathe, you feel you are held from below, free to rise. And the long line of you, the line that runs from that root up through the base of your skull, all the way to the crown of your head, opens to the sky above. One clear vertical line, a central column, all the way from that grounding cord as it enters the base of the spine, travels up the spine, into the heart, into the throat, into the brow, the crown, opening. A channel running through the height of you, still, settling, open and waiting. And you breathe, for you are rooted, you are grounded. You are aligned. And from this aligned, grounded, and rooted place, invite your attention to move with kindness, with compassion for yourself, through the entire length of you, from the bottom to the top, and just notice, observe your inner world. What do you see? Perhaps you see patterns, shapes, colors, textures, vibrations, feelings, sensations. Perhaps you find where your own light has been living a little low, covered, maybe turned down a little bit. Just notice these places. Find these places where your glow has been turned down for whatever reason, kept small, kept hidden, quiet. so as not to be too much for someone or something. Just notice. It's easy to feel that you are free to experience yourself just as you are, which is perfect in this moment. And you allow your attention to rest wherever it wants to land, for you are safe. Even in your questioning, you are safe. And wherever your attention is called, allow it to go. Perhaps your breath that's held high in your chest. Perhaps there's a tension in your side, a place that you've guarded for years. Perhaps a brightness, a beautiful light that learned to stay in the background. There's nothing to fix, nothing to force. Just observe, only see it kindly with compassion. Now, feel the warmth in you beginning to rise. Good. And allow your awareness to return to your golden grounding cord of light at the base of your spine. And feel how gathering there is a flickering warmth, a seed of light, low, steady, patient. See that light at the base of your spine. Good. Good. Now take a slow breath in. And as you let that breath go, breathe that warmth awake, almost as if you're blowing onto its flame, and feel it begin to glow, to rise up from the root into the low belly. Allow the heat to build in that low belly. Good. Perhaps it feels like the sun on the small of your back on a warm summer's day. Breathe that warmth into your low back. And then allow this seed of light to keep climbing up to the center of the belly, your gut, your seat of knowing. Feel it kindle there, that inner fire, the fire in your belly. Feel it flickering, steady and gold. Feel it begin to travel beneath the ribs into that solar center, and feel that beautiful heat blossom across you. The way warmth opens the moment you turn your face to the sun. The light is climbing the line of you. That channel filling from below like a lamp, bringing itself slowly, fully upward. Up into the sacred heart. And here, let that light gather and pool and grow warm and wide. The brightest part of you so far, like a sun, the size of your own chest blazing. You can feel it pressing softly against your ribs from the inside. Feel that warmth continuing to expand from that sacred heart space. Take a deep breath in, breathe into your heart, hold that breath in, and as you slowly exhale, breathe onto that fire and ignite the heart even more. Good. And as you continue to breathe, you feel that flame traveling upward through the throat. Perhaps it begins to loosen sounds that were once held closed. You may begin to feel yourself vocalize or clear your throat or make any sort of sound. Allow your throat to be free. Give it permission to speak its truth in this open flame that's growing through you. Some of you may revel in its silence. Wherever you find yourself is perfect, bringing balance into the throat. And as the flame rises, it climbs up into the head, arrives at the place behind the eyes, in the very center of your head, that still small place, space, that inner room. The ancients called it the cave of Brahman, the cave of Christos, the crystal palace. Scientists call it the third ventricle, that space. Feel the flame. Good. Begin to turn on bright. Excellent. Good. At last, the flame continues to rise and arrives to the crown, the top of the head, the top of the line, the apex, that golden point. Inside you, that whole pillar stands lit, root to crown. A column of warm golden light running the entire height of you, steady, unbroken. The ray of the sun stood up inside of you, and you breathe. And you begin to feel it hum. And at the crown, at that golden point, that bin, allow this center of energy to open. The way the top of a pyramid catches the first morning light. Let the top of you softly open to that vast light above. It feels like a quiet roar. Feel that great light of the sky leaning down to meet your own. It recognizes you. It acknowledges you. It meets you. Two lights, one current, the sun above and the sun within you. You remembering the truth of their union. And you breathe. And now, if you have your oil, allow yourself to thoughtfully open its container and apply a drop to your middle finger. And then touch the crown of your head. If you've no oil, just allow your first and middle fingers to gently touch and hold the crown of your head and feel the warmth of this touch, the softness, the compassion. The truth, the gentle strength that is there. You are connecting to the top of this pillar where your light meets the greater light. Allow yourself to feel this seal, to sweetly unite with gratitude. The sun's ray seems as though to be turning into a hand. Your hand becomes that ray. Good. Touching, connecting, uniting. Now, let that united light begin to slowly pour down through that central pillar of you, that column of light, starting at the crown, moving downward, behind the eyes, into the throat, feeling it begin to rest and come home in the center of your chest as if by magic. sacred heart. Let it all gather here into one warm, living point of light. And you breathe. It's time to anoint your sacred heart. Feel yourself apply and touch your oil, or perhaps your 2 fingers, to the center of your chest, your heart space, that center of energy that breathes compassion and goodness and kindness into the world. Seal it here with your touch, with that oil or the warmth beneath your fingertips. Seal that into your sacred heart. The sun, shining from above, coming home to rest in the heart. And you sense your whole awareness drawing inward towards the very center of that light that sits at the very center of your sacred heart. Feel yourself beginning to move inward, moving inward towards the core, the very middle part of this light, deeper and deeper still, to the center of the center of the center. Sense yourself traveling deeper and deeper inward. Move towards the center of the center of the center of your heart. Good. Slowly coming to rest for but a moment, all the way into the center of the center of the center. Keep going until you find your center. And you keep moving the way the sun at the height of the year on solstice begins to slow and gather for long held breath, standing perfectly still. And there you found that stillness at the heart of your light. That still point, the center of the center. There's nothing to do, nothing to reach for, nothing to hold, just this quiet, motionless center, rest in this stillness. And breathe. Breathe in the center of the center of the center of your heart. And now, from that still center, without you doing anything at all, begin to notice and feel the counter movement begin. As your awareness draws in towards the center of the center of the center, the light begins to move in the opposite direction as well, pouring out, creating a perfect sphere all around your heart space. And the deeper you travel in, the wider the light radiates out into the world around you. A sun rising from the center of your chest, its warmth reaching the edges of you, and then past them, past the skin in every direction at once, filling the field around you with warmth, with steadiness, with light. What you drew inward to the smallest point, the light answered by becoming limitless, endless, constant expansion. The sun lives in you and it pours from you. Feel it pour from you past the room, past the walls, as far as it wants to go. There's so much of you, even more than you've recognized, and you breathe. Feeling that inward movement to the center of the center of the center, and the outward movement radiating out, equal, balanced. And as you breathe, your body settles more deeply into this coherent rhythm of light. Now, let's seal and anchor this light. I invite you to bring your hands into that shape, the seal, the mudra of light. Bring your hands together in front of your chest. Interlace your pinky and ring fingers of both hands. Close the space between your first finger and middle finger on each hand, pressing them into a pair so they stand side by side. Then tuck that right pair in towards the palm and let the left pair, the left first and middle finger rest on top like prayer hands, one nestled under the other. Lift both thumbs until they can just simply rest on top of these hands, your prayer hands joining together. And let them rest easily on this shape. Two hands holding the shape of the light at the very place the light pours from. Feeling the light continue to pour as you breathe it into you. And you remember what your hands hold. They hold that light, the center of you, the center of all things, a light quietly burning that can never be put out, and you breathe and you shine. And here at the still and shining center of yourself, allow these words to rise quietly in your own voice. Hear yourself say, as if remembering, I am the light. I am the light. I am light. Breathe. For you are light. that shines beyond the heavens is the same light that shines within the human heart. And you breathe, feeling the warmth, the coolness, the gentleness, the power that you are seated in this moment, the light. This is always accessible to you, any moment of any day. And any time your light ever begins to soften or dim, anytime the world demands that you dim or grow small to be less than the light of who you are, your hands will remember this shape of light. Your heart will remember the warmth of light. Your crown will remember the opening, the truth of light. 3 breaths. Take a deep breath in, holding that breath in, and as you exhale, anchoring the seal of the light at your chest. Take another deep breath in, anchoring the seal of light at the base of your spine, and exhale. And take a 3rd deep inhale in, anchoring this seal of light at the top of your head, the crown of your head. And as you exhale, feeling rooted, open, and shining. For you are never more than a breath away from your own inner sun. And now, it's about time to begin to make our way back. To make our way back into this new now moment. But before we do, know this. The way to this light, your light, is yours. Now anchored more fully. And it'll be easier to find each time. And the next time you choose to settle into stillness, to activate, to ignite that light from within, the next time you choose to listen to the sound of these chromatic crystal singing bowls, you will find it's easier and more effortless to drop back into this light of you. Your body remembers the way to your heart's highest song. And now begin to gather what you came here for. Bring that light. Bring that inner column, the inner pillar, the illuminated line of you, moving from your root to your crown. Bring the warmth of the crown that opened, the gorgeousness of the heart that holds the radiance of the sun. Bring with you the seal of your hands that you've learned, and how good it felt, how settling, how illuminating. And bring that impenetrable, unshakable knowing that you are light. Begin to nestle it all deep within you, into the innermost recesses of your heart. And take a deep breath into your heart, hold that breath in, and as you slowly exhale, your body begins to come back online. It's time to rise and carry this light with you into your day. Come with me now. Take a slow, deep breath in, filling your lungs with new, bright air. And as you let it go, feel yourself beginning to return all the way back to the surface of your skin, beginning to bring movement into your fingers and your toes and your nose, your jaw, your shoulders, your hips, your knees, your ankles. A long, easy stretch. Find whatever wants to come. And whenever you are ready, in your perfect time, your eyes begin to flutter open and you arrive into your new now moment. You are light. Welcome home. Arise, shine, for your light is here, and it has come. Well done, my friends. Well done. How do you feel? How do you feel? What came up for you? If you'd like to take a minute and share in the chat, I'd love to hear. And while you take a moment to do that, let me reflect back to what the bowls, where they invited us to journey today. So when we began, we started in a wide open cosmic field that was connecting us into B. We frequently would hang out with this note in all different colors and all different iterations. Vibrating, creating open, expansive field. In classical music, this fundamental tone of B connects us into a wide variety of emotions, feelings, and responses. Most keys will tend to elicit a single kind of stable sort of response in the body. At least this is the classical musicological understanding. But in B major, there's always been this opposing sort of view that B major takes us into wild passion, anger, joy, jealousy, fury, rage, all of it. And so I've always thought that B major is, or B, this fundamental tone, holds vibrations that are so similar to what it is to be human. And so today we were invited to move into this liminal space between what it is to be human and what it is to connect into the sun, the light, the beyond. And I say that because the other interesting thing from a more esoteric standpoint about B tends to activate the crown, this seventh energy center at the top of the head, the Sahasrara chakra, where we connect into infinity, immortality, holiness, enlightenment. So this connection is think of it as almost like a portal or a pathway. Very much is where we were invited the whole beginning of this session. And I thought it was even interesting before we were invited to that, when we were bringing heart coherence at the very beginning, greater coherence to the heart, the bowls actually were keeping us in the key of A minor. And why that's significant, usually when we are moving in and working with the heart, we'll work in the key of F major. But you noticed there was one note difference between F major here and A minor. We move from having this fundamental tone of F activated, which activates the heart, and we move it down into this E to sit into A minor. E, we feel in your solar plexus. A lot of times it connects us into this seat of fire, the fire in your belly. You will begin to feel this tone hit the fire of your, just kind of churning things up. In classical music, E is a key that moves. It's a note, a vibration, a frequency that moves. In its major form, it connects us into spring, the coming of new life, the coming of something that has not yet arrived. In its minor form, E minor, there is this sigh and tears that's a tear as well as a happiness, so an uplifting and a crying at the same time. So there's always movement. Interesting, in E minor, there is this counter movement, which we could really feel today. Think about what you did. You went to the center of the center of the center, and then you could feel the counter movement going back out. And finally, what I thought was so beautiful, often the bowls would allow us to return back to the key of C, that simple, accessible, easy way to feel into the truth of what we're hearing, because what we are hearing is a reflection of our inner world. We can talk more on that later. And then that very final note, so after we'd come back into this space, E asked to be ignited. It took us back into that fiery core of our center. I thought that was so beautiful how the bowls expressed that. So what is it that you felt? How was that for you? Hello, doctor. Good evening from India. Glad you were joining us. Thank you for being here. Anastasia says, so incredible, dear Charlene. I'm glad to hear that. It was a very interesting session for sure. You were right. Ah, yes. Doug, I'm so glad you joined us on YouTube, although you're usually on Insight Timer. Really super crisp audio on YouTube. You are right, my friend. Michelle, grand rising to you. Happy solstice, sending love and light to you as well. Yeah, it was a very interesting experience today. I will say there has been, in some ways, difficulty putting into words all that was sort of coming up, and that's good. I think that would be expected on the solstice, right? When everything is being illuminated. So what I'd like to do now is I'd like to go ahead and shift over to these one-on-ones on our Zoom community, on our friends on YouTube or Insight Timer. If you'd like an opportunity to work with me for a few moments one-on-one, for the night, we'll take the next 50 minutes and do this. Just go to my website, charlene.com, my first name, Charlene, 3 E's, lots of E's, .com/solstice, and send us your email, and we will send you that link so that you can join us on Zoom. Why can't I think of that word? So for all of our friends on Zoom, remember that we will be, Jeremy will be calling on you, so just go ahead and raise your hand and we'll be moving through that. Shirley on Insight Timer, I see you, says very centering and clearing, and did bring up some very good tears. Very grateful. Good. Tears are the resetting of the nervous system. So beautiful. So Zoom family, so how we'll do this is the exact same way we've been doing it before, if you've been here before, but as a gentle reminder, if you could just raise your hand if you'd like to come on. Jeremy will move us through. And then whenever we're on, if you could just say your name for me 3 times slowly, like this. Hi, Charlene, it's nice to see you. Hi, can you say your name for me slowly 3 times, please? Sure. Charleene Closshey. Charleene Closshey. Charleene Closshey. And no, you don't have to do the hand puppets. That was my gift to you. So now I have to ask, what are we listening for? The other times it was very clear what we were listening for. Okay, so these, what will be apparently coming through for each of you will be unique and individualized to you. So I'll let you know what it is whenever it comes. But I have a sense that what will be coming through will actually be some sort of message, some sort of intuitive message. So, so if you would like, because many of you are really deeply resonating with that. So if you have a specific question, instead of asking the question, just hold it in your heart. Not all the the answers that you think you have to have or that you think maybe you have, just hold the question in your heart. Because the more pure that we can make the question, the more pure the answer can arrive. Equal and opposite. The balance between the question, the answer, the yin, the yang, the masculine, the feminine. Allow that. We'll move into that and see how that flows. So why don't we go ahead and begin? Do you want to begin with Michelle, Jeremy? Perfect. That sounds great. All right.
Hi, how are you doing today?
Good. How are you? Good to see you, Michelle. Happy solstice.
Good to see you too.
All right.
I had such a good experience yesterday. I was ready.
Oh, wonderful. Good. What did you experience?
Just all the synchronicities with you and my Reiki practitioner.
Amazing.
And you saw me floating in between the two different vibrations, which totally made sense for me as well.
Love that. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. That's fantastic. Jeremy's trying to find he says he's trying to find your image. No problem. All right, well, while he's finding it, I'm just going to listen because that's what I can do. So, Michelle, if you'd say your name for me, please, 3 times slowly, your first and last.
Michelle Ingalls. Michelle Ingalls. Michelle Ingalls.
Michelle, this is really interesting. So what seemed to come through were 2 seemingly disparate ideas. But ultimately, these ideas are meant to live together, to resolve to stay in their own unique way, but then for them to merge together in such a way that it creates a new beginning. And here's what came through. So we started in this little bit of clash. So this E and this F, 3rd and 4th, E and F, that little bit of clashing, it's that rebel archetype. So that little bit of friction as a sound wave, or a pretty good amount of friction, as the sound waves are colliding. And then, but introducing this 3rd tone, this lower note of C connecting us into this very simple, easy, accessible, beautiful vanilla structure of life. And then introducing this A, so this idea of the gut and the head. I don't mean the mind, but that insight, the intuition between the gut and the intuition of the head arriving and agreeing and allowing these 2 tones to be different and unique, but it all actually works quite beautifully when it moves together. Well, that was only part 1, because part 2 then moved us, right? It moved us actually into this outer sort of world that sits just on the outside of where we were otherwise moving. And so you can still kind of hear this little bit of clash that's happening in the air, but the air still has a sweetness in the sound. Where we went into this outer realm of sorts was actually it was a pentatonic scale, so 5 notes. Think about traditional Chinese medicine, that 5 element, the 5 balance of elements. Now, the lowest note of this particular pentatonic scale, actually it would have been the highest, but didn't sound, but it didn't matter because it was very much, the sound was very solidified in this 5-tone structure. And it was connecting into F sharp major, but it was also really wanting D sharp or E flat to come through. F sharp, every time I hear F sharp, I hear the divine feminine, Mother Mary. Mathematically, it's one of the most perfect keys that we have in classical music. And in D sharp, there is this beautiful love and devotion that is also filled with life because it too carries that sort of divine feminine frequency. So there seem to be these 2 worlds that were asking to live together and showing you that they could do it in harmony. What did you experience? What did you hear or feel?
That is so beautiful. I've actually been going through some things like that where I've had some clash, but I'm working on bringing everything together. I love this so much. I am so grateful for you because it all brings me a little bit more clarity, a lot more clarity to the situations that I'm going through.
Yeah. Well, good. I'm so glad to hear that. And just remember what they are very much saying is that the harmony is already there. Sometimes we just have to kind of reorient ourselves in such a way that we can perceive the harmony. Sometimes you have to rise above the forest so you can see all the beautiful trees. Because sometimes when you're standing in the middle of it, you're just like, wow, there's a lot of trees. I don't know which tree is which. So, and I thought it was interesting. Oh, good. Yeah. And in that, and also in that ability to see these 2 worlds for what they are. 2 worlds. And they don't have to be defined, but they absolutely can be harmonized. So.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
I love that so much.
Thank you so much for letting me listen. I love it. All right. Oh, perfect. Happy solstice. Jeremy, where are we going next? Michelle J. With pussycats. Yes. Y'all know we love cats. I'm going to say thank you over here on Insight Timer while Michelle's coming up. Patty Lou, thank you as well, my friend. Pammy Zoo, nice to see you. I'm so glad it felt beautiful to you. Daphne says, that was a wonderful light journey. I am light. Yes, you are. Was mostly meditating outside in the garden with the sun directly at me and birds around. So beautiful. It's amazing. I love that imagery, Daphne. Appreciate you sharing. Allison on YouTube, she's saying that, Jeremy, I'm raising my hand. Allison, I'm so glad that you are. Unfortunately, we can't do this with YouTube. There's no way for me to connect with you to bring you on like that. So if you want to join Insight Timer, just pop over. Make sure that you go to charlene.com/solstice so we can send you that link. Just send us your name and email. The link will come through. All right, Michelle and your kitties.
Hi, Charlene. Happy solstice.
Happy solstice to you as well, my friend. All right, if you could say your first and last name, if you could say your first and last name for me 3 times, please, that would be great.
Michelle Jones. Michelle Jones. Michelle Jones.
Michelle, that was so lovely. What immediately came through was a reconciliation, a reconnection, a healing, a touching of the heart and the throat, the truth. But it really felt like a healing of the heart with gratitude. So we started these two beautiful tones. The F was actually very clear, but the G wanted to speak as well. So if we were to consider G as a fundamental tone in classical music, it connects us into the key of feeling a vibration of gratitude, of deep gratitude. There's this rustic, idyllic calm. It's very gentle. And so it had a little bit of this watery undertone, but it was really more centered here in the throat of being able to express the gratitude for the heart, express the gratitude into the heart, through the heart, to be able to find healing and resolution to the issue at hand. And we were just very gently moving between this G major and then F major. F major is this calm, heart-based key that for so many people it just kind of feels like home. And what's lingering, still sitting in the air, is this lift, is this continual lift of energy and information, and a lightness, an invitation to lighten, to allow the integration to come back in for that deeper healing, for whatever the question or situations may be. So, how does that feel to you? What came up for you?
Thank you so much. Yeah, when you were playing the bowls, I felt it in my heart. It was like a giddy feeling.
Yeah, it's really lovely. And it's interesting how just soft and delicate it was. And it's almost as though that there were these moments of the allowance of gratitude is what activates, heals, regenerates, renews, repairs, all of it. It's the return to wholeness, the fullness expression of wholeness, which is why there are so many words that describe us leading into wholeness, I think we're coming through. But that giddiness, that gratitude, that's interesting. Is there anything else you'd like to share? Forgive me, I kind of stepped over you there. I apologize.
No, that's okay. I just wanted to say thank you so much. I originally found you on Insight Timer, and I love coming to your lives because it's not just the bowls. You actually go into the science and the theory of it. So thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much. I'm so glad we were able to connect, Michelle. And I like your little friends, your little furry friends. Who are they? What are their names?
The black one is Edith, and the black and white one is Nino.
Nino? I love it. Hi, Nino and Edith. Well, we send you love and kisses. We're a cat family, so our 5, 6 technically send love back to Edith and Nino as well. So lovely to connect, Michelle. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jeremy, let's go to Mary. Perfect. Mary, how are you? Jeremy's going to ask you to unmute. Perfect. Perfect. I hear you, Mary.
Hi there.
Hello. Hello. Well, if you could say your first and last name for me 3 times, I'd love to listen.
Okay, wonderful. Oops. Okay. Marusia Miszczuk. Marusia Miszczuk. Marusia Miszczuk.
lovely and settling and uplifting at the same time. Thank you for letting me listen to that. Let me reflect back what I'm hearing. So at the very beginning, what came through less as sound and more as light, which is why apparently my hands went to a certain position, because they were beginning to hear with your hands. And I can't help but wonder if you have healing hands. If you know you have healing hands, and if you don't, you do. It's very apparent. There is a very strong light that's able to move through your hands, not only for you, but for others. Possibly even with animals or little ones, those that, almost like I might say the voiceless, those who can benefit from that, from you, even more so than maybe others, but that this idea of light was really penetrating through. And I loved how we started. We started on this, in this instance, it's D sharp. And again, that D sharp, if we're using D sharp as a fundamental tone, it connects us into this love, a devotion to the divine. In classical music, they call it an intimate conversation with God. But it's that just really lovely expression. And so that had a color that was coming through, that intimate conversation with the divine, the light flowing through. But really where it was leading us was into our own flame, our own fire, that inner fire within each of us, as we would feel in this bowl, but then landing in this crown, this connection to all and to the light. So everything seems to be very light-based. So whatever that question, that desire, curiosity of your heart, is coming back into the power, the truth of your own ability to heal using light. Heal's a tricky word. It's the best English word we kind of have. But this idea of the return to wholeness through the light. What did you experience? What did you sense or notice?
Oh, wow, that was really beautiful. Like, I was just kind of sitting with it, and at one point, I did almost get this image of like church bells, like being in this quaint little village, and the church bells ringing. That's sort of the spiritual piece, I guess. And then just as it continued, just this sense of like deep peace. And sort of like connection, like one with all, like being at peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so interesting that you were saying about the light. I think I just think about that lately of like, okay, I want to be connected more to the light, or what kind of influence can I be in our world right now? And it's funny that you said about healing hands. I'm not that type of healer. I have been a therapist for many years, so healing in a different way. But and I love animals and all that. So it's really interesting what you said. It's beautiful.
Yeah. And it's almost as if that information was coming in through the hands to inform this time space. Because remember, my task is to reflect back that which is in front of me and around me. So kind of how things move through me is based on what is going on for you, how it would be interpreted for you. Not for Charlene, but literally just a reflection of your natural process. This is what we've been finding over and over and over. And so, yeah, embrace that light, because that's very strong. I can still feel it. Actually, I feel a gentle press into my palm. And it's literally as though I have exactly where these two fingers are set right now. I can feel this warmth and just kind of this, almost as though my hand is being pushed back, and all I want to do is push into it because it feels so good. You know, when you have something that's sore or wanting attention or a little physical love and you lean into it, it's that same type of feeling. So I share that in case that's something that you explore, because it's very present. And, you know, do with it as you may. but it's a really beautiful feeling. So thank you so much for allowing me to listen. Thank you for allowing me to feel. Really, really lovely, my friend. Happy solstice.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. This is just amazing.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Where are we headed next, Jeremy? Sure. Christina. If you're wondering why I'm snapping, so anytime that we need to bring ourselves back into a present moment, snapping your fingers, actually on both hands or either hand, doesn't really matter, helps you kind of come back into the center moment. So whenever I move and I listen to different spaces, sometimes I need to center back in. It's like literally snap out of it or snap into it. So that's what's happening. Sometimes too, I'll use it as clearing. There'll sometimes be things that kind of need to be cleared, that like to linger, however lovely or not they are. That's all right, doesn't matter, that's fine. But we just move them on out. So instead of me having to direct my attention and focus something out, I can just kind of allow that energy movement to begin to happen. So that's why it's going on. Christina, nice to see you. How are you? Happy solstice.
Hi, Charlene.
All right. Well, if you would say your name for me slowly 3 times, I'd love to hear.
Okay. Christina Bekar. Christina Bekar. Christina Bekar.
Christina, this was really, really lovely what came through. And actually, when you began, there was a need to hear more deeply, and I felt a sensation moving across my face on the left side, my left side, from like my jaw into my sinuses, and it felt like an imprint of something that has happened that has quieted an aspect of your light, but that you are actively moving through to refine your victory. And that's why we started in the key of D. We moved through D minor into D major purposefully, but this victory of moving from melancholy, D minor has a melancholic sort of brooding kind of vibration, kind of sitting it, kind of brood a little bit, like the furrowing of the brow. And the D major has that sort of the victory and the uplifting. And then we open that up with this upper A, creating that perfect fifth for greater stability and bringing truth to the situation, because then we would shift into G, the truth, the ability to speak your truth, classical music. This is a very calm, it's a satisfied passion. It's that ability to speak that which is yours in a way that rings true to your home, your heart. It's your presence without having to be shouted from the rooftop, because it just is that it is that it is. And it's that was coming through, and suddenly you could hear the bowls just went whoosh. They went off the chart. Sorry about that, Jeremy. I didn't do it. But they very much broadened their range to be able to infuse whatever was being asked or held or presented in such a way that the fullness of these vibrations would be entering that space. And then we ended, we did solidify into that beautiful D major, but then at the very end, we locked it in with this low A. So we had that octave and fifth stability, but the strong presence of A. Sometimes I think that A is that all is well, because there's a lot of other colors into it. If I had to pick one phrase for A, all is well. And that's where we were led. What did you experience? What was your, what happened for you, if anything?
That's just really mind-blowing. You actually were just like describing my situation perfectly.
Cool.
The space where I'm at right now in my life is not ideal. I've got lots of decisions to make, and I'm sitting with a lot of things, a lot of emotions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm looking for clarity in order to move forward in my life.
Yeah. And that's interesting too, of that, the underscore that came through for you is that of moving. You're no longer brooding. We didn't stay in D minor very long at all. We went there a couple of times. But you were arriving into victory, into your victory, into that choice. And victory doesn't have to be, white stallions approaching and bells and trumpets and woohoo. Victory can also be that quiet, still, small, this is my truth. That is the victory. And so then for that activation of your truth, it all makes a lot of sense. So thank you so. Yeah.
It's very powerful, mind-blowing.
Good.
I'm like without words for the most part.
Good. You don't need them.
It served as confirmation of where I'm at in my life right now. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, Charleene.
My pleasure.
I'm grateful to have met you, and I feel so blessed to be in your presence.
That's very kind. Thank you for allowing me to be in yours as well. Good luck with everything, my friend. You're doing great. Keep going. You've got this.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Happy solstice. Keep shining, girl.
Same to you, Charleene. You too.
Thank you.
Right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, wonderful. Roberta Harper. Perfect. Hi, Roberta. Hi, hello. Nice to see you. You're on. I can see you, so that's perfect. So no stress.
All right.
Perfect.
Maybe I shouldn't look at myself.
You look beautiful. You're doing great. And I love your yellow. It's totally appropriate for the season. Sporting it for the sun. Love that. If you would just say your name for me 3 times slowly, I'd like to listen, if that's okay.
Okay. Roberta Harper. Roberta Harper. Roberta Harper.
Roberta, this is really beautiful and interesting. So when I started, it felt almost like, it felt like a counter-rotational movement. So part of me wanted to turn this way, but I was drawn this way. But part of me is still looking over my shoulder at something else. And which is interesting because we were fundamentally moving between A major and A minor. So in classical music, A major is this, there's an innocent, heartfelt satisfaction, a trust in God, and a remembrance that all is well. Now, in A minor has a feminine tenderness. Classical musicologists will call it a piety, but to me it's always more of a deep spirituality. It's that deep connection, that deep inner knowing. So moving in with this feminine A minor, but then also out with this more masculine, outward moving A major vibration, but grounded into this deeper truth. So even whilst there was a cycling, a counter rotation, wanting to move in two different directions, moving between a major and a minor of A, there was this underlying current the entire time of what I always think A always says, doesn't matter if it's A or major or minor, of that all is well. And that part of the journey is in this twisting and the expansion and looking in different ways, of having these different times of beautiful trust and faith, and other times of bringing it all inward and questioning and wondering and asking why, and then just leaning into the openness of the trust, and that continual movement between these two. That the ultimate resolution is that towards harmony and beauty, and that these two sounds, these two experiences can live together simultaneously. Sometimes it feels a little bit discordant, like, wait, am I here or am I there? Am I in minor or am I in major? But they speak the truth of who they are. It's the same experience, just rotated and perceived from slightly different angles. But I still keep having this, I'm drawn back to these two low notes that kept speaking. There was a low A, all is well, deep intuition. We'll also feel that, think of it, the octave below the body. So this outside help supporting us. And then B, that crown, that connection to all, but outside of the body. So feeling this additional support around you as well, that you're not doing this on your own. You've got really beautiful allies and friends who are following your lead and are there to support and step in as need be. All you got to do is, hey, can you? Yep, yeah, they're already there. Before you even ask, they're there. But they do like to be asked. So what came through for you? What did you notice or experience?
It just gave me chills. That it was like, I just stumbled onto you this week and decided to do this. I hadn't watched any of your programs, but I will now.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Well, I hope whatever came forth continues to be helpful for you. So, amazing. Lovely to meet, and I'll see you soon, Roberta. Happy solstice.
Happy solstice.
Such a beautiful time. Kara, I hear Kara. I literally just heard that. Was that a name? Okay, perfect. Did I just make that up? Cool. Hey, Kara, how are you? Yay!
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can. Perfect. Happy solstice.
Yes, happy solstice. Thank you for doing this.
Of course, my pleasure. My pleasure. I love your face illuminated by the sun there in that picture. So beautiful. So if you could say your first and last name for me, or whatever name that you would like for me to listen to. 3 times slowly. I'd love to listen.
Oh no, my service is cutting out.
That's okay. I can hear you now. So wherever you are, stand still. Because we got you.
Okay.
Perfect. Perfect. I can hear you now.
Kara, can you hear me? I'm sorry, everybody. Okay. Kara Hargrove. Kara Hargrove. Kara Hargrove.
This was really interesting and very, very beautiful, very lovely. So what came through, actually, even before I began, I had the image of Artemis, or Diana, the goddess of the hunt with her bow and arrow, the quiver, pointing towards her target. So there's a strong feminine vibration, and she also happened to be under a moon, which at the very end, you probably heard this beautiful kind of a sort of otherworldly, ethereal vibration come through. That was actually moonlight that was sparkling in. So while you have this power and presence of the sun and this radiance that is coming alive, we're actually geared here in the key of E major. E major in classical music is the key of spring. Vivaldi actually wrote one of the movements of spring from the Four Seasons in E major. And there's a shout of rapture, shouts of joy, but it's for something that's not yet come to fruition. And that is where we ended and where we landed. But where we felt as though we were originating is actually the key of B. So we talked about B a lot today. So B is this crown chakra, the Sahasrara, that upper energy center, that connection to what it is to be human and connected to all at the same time. Kind of like the entry, think about that connection point down into the body. So a lot of times this vibration will feel more like the sun. So then when we had that introduction of that moon, that shimmering light in there too, that balance of the divine feminine, it was a nice, beautiful, subtle sparkle kind of accessory that sort of came through. And then how we grounded in with this lower B of this connection that feels like it's just outside of your space, that's right there waiting for you all of the time. That deeper connection to all, that no matter what you need, whether it's the sun or the moon, heaviness or lightness, happiness or sorrow, is always accessible to you in that moment, because each of these different movements of energy bring different types of information so that you can hit your target. So what did you experience? What came through for you?
Wow, I feel highly emotional, and which is different for me. I'm in a very transitional period, and I've never felt more alive, and my heart is just so full. Something divine brought me to you and to this experience, so thank you so much.
It's my pleasure.
I'm very deeply touched.
Good, good. Well, remember, my friend, you are arriving into your spring. Spring is coming. The goodness is here. You haven't hit summer yet, but we are in spring, the promise of all the flowers and the fruit coming to bear. So rest in that joy that even as you're transitioning out of that hard winter, spring has arrived. That's what you wanted to remind yourself.
Thank you so much for your heart and your light and your gift.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much. Good luck with everything. Happy solstice. Thank you for letting me listen. I love it. Let's go. Jeremy, let's do, all right, can I call an audible? Can we do Olivia, Stephen, and Dana? Perfect. And then I don't know what else, just what I am feeling. Let's see if let's do that. I want to be respectful of everyone's times. I just also feel very compelled that we need to do these. Olivia. Happy solstice. Good to see you. Oh, if you could say your name for me, first and last, 3 times slowly, that'd be great.
Olivia Chichojewski. Olivia Chichojewski. Olivia Chichojewski.
Olivia, this is so beautiful and lovely. It makes me think of, there is a poem by Rumi, and it's about coming out of winter and into spring, and it's apropos, and I'll tell you why in a moment, but the poem is about how everything may look dead on the surface, but down there the roots are riotous. And the key that we really connected into is E, the fundamental tone of E, and we move between E minor and E major. We were defining E minor and E major just very solidly, but really connected that fundamental tone of E of spring. So if E major is these shouts of joy, full of delight, something not yet fully come, E minor is that sigh of tears of, you cry because something was wonderful, right? Or the memory or anticipation of something brings about tears, that need for transformation. Tears are cathartic. They clear our biology. They actually shift our physical body chemistry. So you're in this transitional sort of phase, or whatever the question or situation that you're holding, of moving between the winter and the spring, and finding stability. You brought a lot of that beautiful, perfect fifth, the stability, to help you feel more anchored, because you are the sovereign being, you are the sovereign creator, you are the sovereign ruler of your space, no matter what weather is going on around it. What was also interesting is that you really like to bring in, you called forth this, it's in this case, it's a D sharp, which would be connecting us into that creative archetype if we connected into E major. So this creative archetype that brought just enough dissonance, but that simultaneously is a little rebellious. And that's okay, because it's that rebellion that actually creates the friction to shine and polish the diamond, the beauty of spring, right? So it was really quite lovely what came through. What did you experience? What did you feel?
So I really felt that magic of just marching to the beat of my own drum. Like, that was what I felt, that's what I heard. And there was that tickle of joy, which might be that rebellious, right? But it came out as like this tickle of joy to keep going. But
Mhm.
this is, like, there's that friction, like you mentioned, but that is literally where that joy is coming from, is that I'm going my way.
Yes.
And there's so much that I feel that is coming. I'm not sure what it is yet. So it's such a joy to have that in sound and in different ways just be communicated.
Yes.
So I can't thank you enough.
Oh, it's
Thank
my
you for
pleasure.
sharing.
Thank you for allowing me to listen. Yes, and keep marching. I mean, because that rebel really wanted to come through, but it also wanted to remind you it's also the creator, because it's the creator of your sovereignty, of your voice. You have to have that little bit of rebellion in order to welcome the promise of what is to come, because like you said, you haven't arrived yet. You're not in summer, you're not in fall, it's not the harvest. It's spring. You're marching into spring. And I love that. And I love that was that Rumi poem, the roots down there are riotous. There was that underneath all of it. You can just hear it. Like it kind of just makes me kind of giggle in a sassy sort of way. So thank you so much for letting us hear that, Olivia. We appreciate you. Happy solstice. Oh, I love that. All right, here we go. Stephen, how are you, my friend?
Good day. I'm very good.
Excellent.
Thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. Well, if you would say your first and last name for me, please, 3 times, I'd love to take a listen.
Stephen Green. Stephen Green. Stephen Green.
Stephen, that is so beautifully haunting. So what came through was this image of, as soon as you said your name, and now, of course, I remember you saying that you were a sailor when we spoke on Friday night. But what I immediately saw was like a tunnel vision of a focused point moving forward, of a sailboat over water moving to the horizon towards the setting sun. But was the sun setting or was the sun rising? And there were all of these calls that were moving throughout this particular time. We would actually sit in, we move between F major and D minor. It's very logical. Those 2 keys are intricately connected. F major, this calming synthesis of the heart, and D minor, it's F major's relative minor is D. So this D minor, this sort of questioning of the heart, the openness to the next step, there's sort of a, sometimes D minor will feel brooding, but because it was typically paired with its fifth, with this A, this intuition, intuition, it was tended to feel more like it's open to questioning, it's asking, it does have a melancholy to it, but it's a question that wants and really desires an answer. Not for someone to tell it what it wants to hear. It's not that. It's desirous of truth. And that truth came through in this note G that would frequently come and in sort of interplay with this low D that was down here. And then finally we were ending in that F major, but then that lovely hint of the D minor. So that continual forward motion of the pursuit of, is it a sunrise, a sunset? It doesn't matter, because you are moving in a forward direction, allowing the waves to move and caress you because there's comfort in that. But in that trajectory, there will always be a bit of a question, because it's what keeps the boat moving forward. What did you experience? What came through for you?
Very emotional. Very emotional. This huge change going on in my life, and unsure. I know I'm just keep moving forward and showing up, and truth has been pivotal in it. Learning to live in truth and embrace it and be open to whatever's coming.
Yes. And my pleasure, thank you. And there also seems to be an element of the evolution, and I don't mean the evolution of our understanding of truth. You know, sometimes even when we feel very enlightened, we're like, this is the truth. And then we're like, oh my gosh, wait a second. Once we get even deeper into, like, you mean it's this? You mean it's this? So even truth has this continual outward expansion. And I think that is why this desire for the question in pursuit of the truth with that constant forward motion is really here to affirm that the truth will continue to expand even as you do. And that's okay. That's beautiful. That's perfect, because it is your truth.
Very much resonates. Thank you. Very good.
My pleasure. Thank you so much, my friend. Happy solstice.
Same to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, friends, it is always good to be here with you. All right, Jeremy, where are we going? We have one more. Is that what we're doing? He gave me the thumbs ups. One more. And of course, happy Father's Day to everyone who is a father figure, has a father figure in their life. We celebrate that beauty of the masculine. And can't wait to celebrate with your dad today, Jeremy. That'll be very nice. And of course, I celebrate my dad every moment of every day. Father's Day or not. Shall we? Dana, perfect. Dana. Hello, Dana.
Hi.
If you would say your first and last name for me 3 times slowly, please. I'd love to take a listen.
Dana Dioletto. Dana Dioletto. Dana Dioletto.
gentle, sweet, and beautiful, all at the same time. The melody that came through seemed to be calling, reminding of the repetitions of life. That sometimes we think the repetitions pull us off of our course, our path, but the truth is that many times the repetition is what creates stability. And do the repetitions serve and uplift and support us? Well, they always can when we enter them with a humble grace and acceptance that they are an aspect of what it is to be human. In this iteration, what the melody that sang in the key of D. D in classical music has this beautiful sense of hallelujah. And you can shout hallelujah from the rooftops, or you can whisper it quietly. And there was just this gentle stillness and reminder that as we move through these moments in life, that we always can be, and we always will be victorious when we live in our truth. And there was the C sharp that started the melody itself. That C sharp is very grounding. And it also makes it almost feel as though that this F sharp is the key that we are actually in, even though it's not. And F sharp in classical music, it connects us into a triumph over difficulty or an overcoming. So there's this wonderful theme that's very richly interwoven throughout this entire story that you brought through. Because as we kept going, it wasn't just about the repetition. Suddenly, remember you brought in this, almost like a bridge, this additional part of the song before we went back to the theme. So you have movement that was coming through, but I think there are two things I really loved. Whenever we introduced the stability of this A to create this perfect fifth between the D and the A brought forward, it sang. I didn't even touch it. I just barely whispered it, and it just ignited. And that strong sense of intuition is what was driving through. So either that you have a very strong sense of intuition that is strongly ignited, that you recognize, or that you have a very strong intuition that's not fully ignited yet. It's one of those two where you're able to really see. And you already may think, yeah, I'm actually really intuitive. But wait, there's more. That's what this bowl was encouraging you to remember. But wait, there's more. And the second thing I really loved is this beautiful support from underneath. Again, it came through several times today. This beautiful support from outside of us. That low A, deep-seated intuition connected into all. That low B, that connection that we would feel in our body connecting us into the all, what it is to be human, what it is to be divine at the same time simultaneously. Those outside forces that are always there for you, even in your quietest, simplest moments. That was so very lovely. Thank you for letting us hear that. What did you experience? What came through for you?
It was really nice. It is Father's Day, and I have a 2-year-old daughter, and it's her nap time. So right now I'm laying down with her, and but she's really attached to mommy, so we're trying to get daddy to get her to sleep, but she really was crying for me. So it's that repetition of the daily stay-at-home mom, tedious tasks, but at the same time being forced for me to pause and lay down with her keeps me grounded.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's nothing ordinary or unimportant about the bringing of a new life, a new light into the world, cultivating that light, loving that light, and loving yourself so that that love can spread and illuminate the little one's light even more too. Bless you for what you are doing, and know that you are held and seen, and that you always have support floating around you all the time. And what a beautiful way just to kind of transition into the loveliness of the day. Thank you for allowing us to hear that melody, Dana.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Happy solstice. My friends, it is always so wonderful to be here with you. I appreciate your presence. I appreciate your kindness, your generosity of spirit. This has been quite the weekend. Thank you for journeying with us. And as you go forth into the world, know that you are never alone. You are supported, you are held, you are uplifted, you are seen, you are celebrated. Even when you think that you're all alone, you never are, ever. For there are forces at work with you, behind you, around you, and in you that are beyond our wildest imagination. So go forth, be the light. You are the light. And shine. Because there's nothing more beautiful than the light that is you. Thank you, my friends. Sat Nam.